There are more than 400,000 NCAA student athletes. NCAA On Campus is their story.
Hi everybody, I'm Kat Anderson and welcome to NCAA On Campus, a look at some of the outstanding student athletes studying and competing in the NCAA. Today's story takes us to Shippensburg University in Pennsylvania. One of SHIP's more recognized alums is best-selling author Dean Koontz, whose books have been scaring the heck out of readers for more than 40 years. Neely Spence is a distance runner at Shippensburg who's been scaring the heck out of her competitors for the past 4 years. Neely has won 7 NCAA Division II National Championships in 3 seasons. And as the 2010 Division II Women's Cross Country Scholar Athlete of the Year, Neely is at the top of her game in the classroom too, with a 3.87 GPA. With more on the story, let's go to Jake Sittler, a Shippensburg student athlete who runs track.
Thanks, Kat, and welcome to the home of the Raiders. Shippensburg is in south central Pennsylvania, just 40 miles south of Harrisburg, the state capital. We compete in Division II and have approximately 7,300 undergrads. Our cross-country coach at Ship is Neely Spence, an alum who was a 2-time NCAA champion in the 5K and later thrived as one of the best runners in America, going on to compete in the marathon for the United States at the 1992 Olympics in Barcelona. Steve returned to his alma mater after his professional racing career and has been coaching SU distance running for the last 13 years. And one of his star athletes, and also probably one of his favorites, except for me of course, is his daughter Neely, a 3-time outdoor NCAA national champion in the 5K and the 2010 NCAA cross-country D2 champion.
I love running. One thing that really attracts me to running is how it's not just a sport that I do in the afternoon and then I put away until the following day. It's a part of my everyday life. We always say running is a lifestyle, and I think that's really true. So everything I do, in some way, it has to do with running.
Her love of running came from both her parents. Her mom, Kirsten, was also a competitive runner.
When Neely was an infant, my wife ran with her in the baby jogger pretty much every day. Neely started running when she was 7 or 8 years old, doing some fun runs and things of that sort, and running along on some of the training runs for portions of those. My philosophy, especially when they're young like that, is like, hey, if you don't want to run, don't run. If you want to run, that's fine, enjoy it, but it needs to be fun. And that's what we strived for, and I think for the most part we've been able to keep it fun for the last 8 years.
Neely's run as a sophomore in the NCAA cross-country championships was not so fun. She had finished second as a freshman, so she came in with high hopes and a plan to match strides with defending champion Jessica Pixler, but she also was sick the day of the race.
It was definitely a huge disappointment, really scary for me, I think, because I never run myself to the point of disillusionment and not being aware of my surroundings, not knowing what happened for that last mile and a half of the race plus the next 45 minutes, not coming out of it, people being like, wow, you were completely crazy, like you were saying this, this, and this, and I was like, I don't even remember speaking. I think every athlete has situations that, they're not prepared for, and it was a learning experience. Definitely made me hungry to come back and try again.
The nice thing about our sport is you can bounce back and refocus and set some new goals.
That sophomore year, Neely went on to win the 5K indoor and outdoor NCAA championships, and she started her junior year by winning the 2010 NCAA Division II cross-country championship.
Everything just sort of fell into place, and it was really nice, a relief, I would say. At that last quarter mile, it was downhill. I was just cruising, and it was a great feeling. You never know when you're going to have an opportunity like that. So I think it's important to savor those good times.
As she prepares for this year's cross-country championships, November 19th in Spokane, Neely feels no pressure to defend her title.
I don't really like to think about races as being pressure situations or not. I've been the defending champion in many other different circumstances, and this is no different. There's a lot of great athletes out there, and I know that I'm one of them.
Neely's All-America accomplishments are not confined to running. She's an academic All-America, and her 3.87 GPA earned her recognition as the Cross Country Coaches Association Scholar Athlete of the Year. Last spring, she started a program in Shippensburg called RUN.
RUN stands for Running Under Neely. Because Neely is also a coaching minor, she approached a number of faculty, including myself, and asked if we would be willing to help her set up a track club for the elementary school that we have here on campus. And she explained to me that she was interested in inspiring kids to love running as much as she does.
We went to the school district, got stuff going, and I expected, 20, 25 kids. And I had over 40 pre-registered, and once those 40 came to the first couple, I guess they went back to school and told everyone how great it was, and then I had over 60. Running is obviously a passion of mine, so I wanted to share that.
Neely is in the final lap of her college career. At last month's Pan Am Games in Mexico, she represented the USA in the 5K and hopes to continue to follow in her dad's footsteps. Steve Spence is her coach, but that always takes second place to their other relationship.
Initially when I came in, he wanted me to call him coach, and that didn't last at all because I think the most important relationship that we have is father-daughter, and that is first and foremost. So it's always been Papa, and that's just how it is. He got used to it, and we haven't had any problems with that. My dad has definitely influenced my goals. I started in high school looking at what he did in high school, and I had to beat that, and now I'm in college and I've had to beat what he's done. So, I see that continuing, and if I can sort of follow in his footsteps and get a medal at one of the big World Championship or Olympic events, then, that wouldn't be too bad.
Looking back on it, I'm like, wow, the Olympics are a big deal, and I was a part of that. And that's really cool. It's something that I'll always be able to say. Once you're an Olympian, you're always an Olympian, and you're never former and never past.
Running with my dad is a lot of fun. I definitely remember back when I first started running was when he was actually competing at a pretty high level. I think that's balanced out a little bit, and we're able to go out and just both get out of the run what we want, enjoy the time that we have together, and it's definitely something I've come to really cherish.
Thanks, Neely and Coach Spence, for sharing your special relationship with us. And good luck at the D2 Championships November 19th in Spokane. Before we end this segment of On Campus, let's talk about another Central Pennsylvania student athlete. This one has earned a place on our Wall of Fame. Jocelyn Novak is a senior field hockey player for Lebanon Valley College in Annville, Pennsylvania. And she's a 3-time All-America and the team captain. And her 4 goals in a game on October 22nd made Jocelyn the new Division III leader in career goals, topping the old record of 131. She's sure to add a few more to the record before ending her career for the top 20 ranked Dutchman. Congratulations to Jocelyn Novak. You are in the NCAA record book, and you are on the On Campus Wall of Fame. That ends this edition of NCAA On Campus. Thanks for watching, and keep checking in regularly for more great stories at ncaa.com. Until next time, make the most of your time on campus.